Welcome to one and all. The subject under consideration is computers. Here I talk about computer basics. Myself, Anindya. The following topics will be discussed: introduction to computers, their characteristics, their history, the various generations of development phase, and finally the various classification types of computers. Now, introduction. A device which can aid us in day-to-day communication is a computer. Computers are everywhere, at school, college, work, at homes. Computers are important and are an integral part of our lives as it helps perform tasks which need accuracy and reliability. So, what is a computer? Computer is an advanced electronic device that takes raw data as an input from the user and processes it under the control of a set of instructions, then produces a result and saves it for future use. Now consider the diagram. This diagram shows the components of a computer system. Input devices help a user to provide user inputs to the system. Processor helps to perform arithmetic operations and logical operations based on the instructions and data available. Output devices help to display both the intermediate and the final results for current use. Storage devices helps to store the required data, instructions, results or outputs for future references. Now the functions. Input, process and output are the main functions of a computer system. The basic functions can be derived into the following 5 steps. In step 1, some required data is provided as input. In step 2, data and instructions are stored in main memory, RAM, for use by the processor, and storage takes place in secondary memory for some future reference or utilization. In step 3, the data gets processed and gives the final or meaningful information. The obtained meaningful information in step 4 is provided as output using output devices like monitor, printer. All the above steps are constantly monitored and controlled by the control unit, which is a part of the central processing unit. Now this is the diagram of a computer showing the primary function. So this diagram depicts the most basic operation of a computer containing the components input, process and output. Without any user input, this system would remain idle for most of the time and CPU utilization would be zero. Now, parts of a computer system. Any computer system comprises the following 4 parts. Hardware. Hardware refers to the physical elements of a computer. This is also sometimes called the machinery or the equipment of the computer. Examples of hardware in a computer are the keyboard, the monitor, the mouse, and the central processing unit. Now, software. Software, commonly known as programs or apps, consists of all the instructions that tell the hardware how to perform a task. These instructions come from a software developer in the form that will be accepted by the platform, that is operating system plus the CPU, that they are based on. For example, a program that is designed for the Windows operating system will work only for that specific operating system. Compatibility of software will vary as the design of the software and the operating system differ. Now, data. Data consists of individual facts or pieces of information that by themselves may not make much sense to a person. A computer's primary job is to process these tiny pieces of data in various ways, converting them into useful information. Users. People are the computer operators, also known as users. One can argue that computer systems are complete without a person's involvement. However, no computer is totally autonomous. Even if a computer can do its job without a person sitting in front of it, people still design, build, program, and repair computer systems. The main hardware components are the CU control unit. All the computer's resources are managed from the control unit. It acts as a traffic signal directing the flow of data through the CPU as well as to and from other devices. The CPU instructions for carrying out commands are built into the control unit. The control unit is the logical or decision-making hub of the computer. ALU, Arithmetic Logic Unit. The work of the ALU is to perform arithmetic and logic operations. Arithmetic operations include addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. Logical operations include comparison, such as determining whether one number is equal to, greater than, or less than other number. Now RAM, Random Access Memory, is like an electronic scratch pad inside the computer. RAM is made up of a set of chips mounted on a small circuit board. RAM is a volatile memory. RAM has a tremendous impact on the speed and power of the computer. Now ROM, Read-Only Memory. Read-only memory is non-volatile memory. ROM permanently stores its data even when the computer is shut off. ROM holds contents and computer needs to operate. Now computer characteristics. Speed. Computers are much faster to perform mathematical calculations than human. The computer is capable of performing millions of tasks per second. It takes an hour or a day for a person to do a mathematical calculation or any work. To do the same calculation or work to a computer do in microseconds or nanoseconds. Accuracy. A computer is very accurate. It does not make any kind of mistake in calculating. Sometimes we get some error, but these are because of the mistakes performed by us. The accuracy of the computer is constantly high, and it can perform hundreds of operations with the carry-out calculation and analysis accurately and speedily. Diligence. A person gets tired of doing some work in some few hours, but a computer has the ability to do any work continuously for many hours, days, months. Even after the computer has worked for such a long time, there is no decrease in its ability to work and the accuracy of the result. The computer does work without any discrimination. A computer is free from monetary issues and tiredness by humans. Now, reliability. Reliability is a very big characteristic of computer. Today, almost all the big industries or big e-commerce companies like Amazon and Flipkart, and big search engines like Google and Bing, all these companies are dependent on computers. They heavily rely on them for faster data transmission and payments. Now, versatility. It means that the computer is capable of working in almost every field, like schools, colleges, hospitals, offices, railway stations, hotels. It is a multitasking system where multiple tasks can be performed in a multiprocessor system. Now, storage capacity. Computer systems have very large capacity to store any type of data like pictures, files, programs, games, audios, videos, and other files for a much longer duration. A computer can store and resell any information due to its storage capacity. Now, automatic. A computer is an automatic machine because once started on, a job will carry on until the job is finished without any human assistance. Quick decision. The computer takes the decision very quickly, given by the user, which is the instruction based on either arithmetic data or logic data. Multitasking. Multitasking is also a very special feature of computers. A user can do different types of tasks on the computer at the same time. Like we are using Microsoft Word, that is Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft to create presentations in computer as well as listening to songs and also getting printouts. No feeling. In computers, like humans, there is no feeling and emotion, nor does the computer have any knowledge and experience. Because a computer is a machine which works continuously on the instructions of humans, without any selfishness and without tiredness. Power up remembering. You can store many types of information and data on your computer in very large quantities. Whenever you need this data in future, you can retrieve that data in a matter of few seconds. No IQ. A computer is a dumb machine without a user. A computer is a useless machine and device. Until a user does not give any instruction, it cannot do any work, and only after logically executing the given instructions, computer completes that work very fast. Now some history on computers. Abacus. It was the first counting device. It consists of a rectangular wooden frame and beads. The wooden frame consists of horizontal rods and the beads are passed through the rods. The beads are counted to represent digits. The device is used to perform simple addition and subtraction. Napier's bones. It is a device which consists of a set of rods made of bones. A Scottish mathematician named John Napier developed it. This device can perform multiplication and division. Pascaline. It was the first calculating device with capability to perform additions and subtractions on whole numbers. It was developed by Blaise Pascal, a French mathematician. This device is made up of interlocking cogwheels having numbers 0 to 9 on its surface. When one wheel completes its rotation, the other wheel moves. Punched card system. It was invented by Herman Hollerith, an American statistician. It was used for storing and retrieving data. Charles Babbage. He invented the difference engine to solve algebraic expressions and mathematical tasks accurately. Later, some improvements to this computer was provided. The modified machine is called the analytical engine. This analytical engine can be derived into the following components: input, output, memory, and central processing unit. The working principle of analytical engine is same as today's computers. Therefore, Charles Babbage is known as the father of computers. Hollerith machine. This is a tabulating electromechanical machine. It could sense or read punched holes, recognize numbers and make the required calculation and can store the result. It was invented by Herman Hollerith. Mark I computer. Howard Hathaway Aiken developed this device. He used Hollerith's punch card and Charles Babbage's research works to develop the Mark I computer with IBM. Electronic components were used in this machine. Now the ABC computer or the Atansoft Berry computer. It is an electronic computer developed by two persons, John Atansoft and Clifford Berry. This ABC system was developed to solve linear algebraic equations. This system was also the first to use capacitors for storage purposes. Now ENIAC, Electronic Numerical Integrator and Calculator. This is the first general-purpose electronic computer and was used for solving numerical problems. It was invented by John Mauchly. EDVAC, Electronic Discrete Variable Automatic Computer. It is the successor of ENIAC. In this computer, binary numbers were used for arithmetic operations, and the internal storage of instructions were also in digital format. Now, EDSSC, Electronic Delay Storage Automation Calculator. This is the first practical purpose stored program based electronic computer. Now, UNIVSC, Universal Automatic Computer. This is the first commercially available computer. UNIVAC represents the birth of modern computers. Now the final one, microprocessor Intel 4004. Intel Corporation in 1969 designed the first programmable microprocessor. It consists of CPU, read-only memory, random access memory, as well as registers. Now generations. Generation in computer technology refers to the change in technology of computer manufacturing. First generation. The period of first generation was from 1946 to 1959. The computers of first generation used vacuum tubes as the basic components for memory and circuitry for CPU, Central Processing Unit. These tubes, like electric bulbs, produced a lot of heat and the installations used to fuse frequently. Therefore, they were very expensive and only large organizations were able to afford them. In this generation, mainly batch processing operating system was used. Punch cards, paper tape, and magnetic tape was used as input and output devices. The computers in this generation used machine code as the programming language. So this picture shows the first generation computer. It occupied almost a whole room. Now second generation. The period of second generation was from 1959 to 1965. In this generation, transistors were used that were cheaper, consumed less power, more compact in size, more reliable and faster than the first generation machines made of vacuum tubes. In this generation, magnetic cores were used as the primary memory and magnetic tape and magnetic disks as secondary storage devices. In this generation, assembly language and high-level programming languages like Fortran, COBOL, that is Common Business-Oriented Language, were used. The computers used batch processing and multiprogramming operating system. So this picture represents a computer from the second generation. Third generation. The period of third generation was from 1965 to 1971. The computers of third generation used integrated circuits in place of transistors. A single IC, that is integrated circuit, has many transistors, resistors, and capacitors along with associated circuitry. The IC was invented by Jack Kilby. This development made computers smaller in size, reliable, and efficient. In this generation, remote processing, time sharing, multi-programming operating system are used. High-level languages like Fortran version 2 to 4, COBOL, that is Common Business Oriented Language, Pascal, then BASIC, that is Beginner's All-Purpose Symbolic Instruction Code, were used during this generation. So this picture represents a computer from the third generation. Now the fourth generation. The period of fourth generation was from 1971 to 1980. Computers of fourth generation used very large-scale integration, that is VLSI circuits. VLSI circuits having about 5,000 transistors and other circuit elements with their associated circuits on a single chip made it possible to have microcomputers of fourth generation. Fourth generation computers became more powerful, compact, reliable, and affordable. As a result, it gave rise to personal computer revolution. In this generation, time sharing, real-time networks, distributed operating systems were used. All the high-level languages like C, C++, DBase were used in this generation. So this picture represents a computer from the fourth generation. Now the fifth generation. The period of fifth generation is from 1980 till date. In the fifth generation, VLSI technology became ULSI, that is, very large-scale integrated technology became ultra-large-scale integration technology, resulting in the production of microprocessor chips having 10 million electronic components. This generation is based on parallel processing hardware and artificial intelligence software. Artificial intelligence is an emerging branch in computer science which interprets the means and methods of making computers think like human beings. All the high-level languages like C, C++, Java, .NET, Python are used in this generation. So this picture gives a pictorial representation of a future generation or a fifth generation computer system. Computers can be categorized into multiple types. Now based on operation. An analog computer stores data continuously in the form of physical quantities and perform calculations with the help of measures. It produces output in the form of a graph. They are used in calculation of physical variables such as voltage, pressure, temperature, speed. A digital computer is the most commonly used type of computer and works with data represented in digital form, that is binary digits, zeros and ones. It can perform fast and can give accurate results. They are extensively used for solving complex problems in the field of engineering, technology, design, research, data processing, and others. Hybrid computer combines features of both analog and digital computers. It is used for logical operations as well as industrial operations. Now, based on configuration, microcomputers are not expensive, small, primarily for personal use. They are used for playing games, watching movies, surfing internet, used at homes. Many computer, they have the capability of large computer, but smaller in size, deployed for small to mid-range operations and scientific applications. Mainframe computers are comparatively large, expensive, and can support multiple users at the same time. These computers are targeted towards specific large-scale applications. Supercomputers are very expensive, powerful, and also very fast. They can perform large number of calculations per second. Supercomputers are deployed for situations which need large amounts of complex mathematical computations like weather forecasting, complex physical phenomena, nuclear weapons, artificial intelligence, simulations, cryptology, among others. Now, based on utility, general purpose computers. Most computers in use today are general purpose computers, those built for a great variety of processing jobs. Simply by using a general purpose computer and different software, various tasks can be accomplished, including writing and editing, that is word processing, manipulating facts in a database, tracking and manufacturing inventory, making scientific calculations, or even controlling organization's security system, electricity consumption, and building temperature. General purpose computers are designed to perform a wide variety of functions and operations. Now, special purpose computers. A computer designed to perform only some specific tasks, like solving only specific problems like automated manufacturing process, aircraft control system. So with respect to this topic, I have told you about parts, characteristics, history, generations and types. Thank you all for listening to this topic on computers.